We both wore polka dots. We didn't even know. How about that?
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
I know. I'm so excited for you. This is so exciting.
And you?
Oh, you look beautiful.
So do you. So do
Thank
you.
you.
This is the start of something amazing.
I believe it to be true. I do.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I do too.
So when I come into my kitchen, the first thing I do, I never cook with my hair out,
Okay.
ever.
You said up or out?
Out.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like I have such a love for cooking. It's like it really truly is my like love language,
Yeah.
right? I
Mm-hmm.
take it very personal. Like not that if someone likes it or doesn't like it, obviously I hope that they like it, but
Yes.
it's the effort that goes into it. And so I think about all things. And so one of those things is obviously the number one rule I teach my kids this is you wash your hands.
Oh, yes, yes.
But number
Especially now.
two, I feel like I'm like when I come into the kitchen, I'm either like making a big meal or multiple meals.
Right, right.
So it's like ready for war.
Yes.
Almost like I'm in here for hours and hours. And I
Oh,
just don't like.
for you, not me. I'm like, I want done out.
Really?
Yes, I'm like, I love baking, not cooking. So that's why I'm excited about this. You could teach me more.
And you know what? I find that to be true with people. I think people tend to either be bakers
Yes, yes.
or cook. Like to be more. I'm not a good baker.
Okay.
I can follow instructions, but it doesn't lead. Like I don't have the desire to do it.
Right, right, right.
But food, I have the desire to do it. Yeah. So the first thing I do is when I take this up,
Pull the hair up.
yeah, and I put it in the top knot.
Yes.
And normally, what I would do is throw on some '80s R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how my kids know it's time. It's time either to clean or minus to one of the two.
I would
And
put the hair up, but I can't. So we'll just.
no, I know, but this is my ritual.
Yeah.
Like I do that, and then I wash my hands, which I'm getting ready to do right now.
Do that.
And okay,
Get in the zone. We got to get in the zone.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I just told Ronnie the other day, I said, I've been cooking for your dad for 25 years. Never has he gotten sick off my cooking because I always like try to be cautious when it comes to, you know,
Keeping
stuff like that. So we're going to start with the rice because it's going to take the longest to cook.
Yes.
So we're going to start with the rice, and then we're going to preheat our oven in a little bit for the tortillas, but that comes in a little bit. But we're going to start with the rice. So rice is a pretty funny thing because I'm Puerto Rican and Jamaican. I love rice. Yeah. I love rice. Yeah, I do. And so I don't measure, right? But I do know that the typical thing is every 1 cup of rice is 2 cups of water.
Right, right.
I just eyeball it.
Now a question for you. Do you
Mhm.
wash your rice too, or you just?
I don't, and I know like some people do. I just feel like, and I'm gonna throw this in there. I don't wash my chicken, but
Wait, you mean
I know that's a big thing.
you mean when you get it from the package at the store?
Yeah, I don't wash it. I trim it,
Yes.
and
It's
that's it. Because the heat is so high, it'll kill any germs. What you take more risk doing is splattering. If you don't know how to properly wash your hands, then all you're doing is contaminating everything in your kitchen.
True, yeah.
So the heat will kill it. Okay. What I am gonna do today is take just a small saucepan. Okay. I'm only gonna make a little bit. Usually I might make a little bit more, but because I love rice so much and I'm trying not to eat it as much, I'm gonna do a smaller pan so it doesn't linger around for me to eat.
Rice is so good.
It's so good. Actually, I'm gonna use a basmati rice.
Oh, basmati. Oh, okay, got it. Okay. What is our recipe called?
It's a shrimp taco bowl.
Shrimp taco bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you know what? I think we were in Texas, if I remember, but that was the first time I had a taco salad.
Oh, taco salads are good.
And it was like everything you could want in one dish, right? It's the salty, the creamy, the crunchy, it just was so good. And it was obviously a fried shell, so we're not going to fry ours, we're going to bake ours, but it's still going to be nice and crispy. And then you can take your edges and dip it, and you can, it's just like, or yeah, it's just goodness. Yeah.
I made the rice already because I wasn't sure we were gonna do that on camera.
Oh yeah, I didn't make mine yet.
Fine, so we'll just watch how you make it, and mine will be magically done.
And yours will beautifully appear.
TV magic.
I love it. So I just like eyeball it. I don't know. I just eyeball it. So I know by the amount of water that I have in there how much rice I need. Right. But usually it says on the back of the product, you know what you should do.
1 to 2.
Yeah. I believe it's 1 to 2, but read the back, because like I said, I don't. Yeah. You hear so many different people, and honestly, some people like their rice a little bit more sticky. Some people like their rice, so just read the back. It's the best way. But I'm gonna bring that to boil, and then when that comes to a boil, then I'm gonna throw some salt in there.
Okay. Yep.
So in the meantime, while that's happening, what I'm gonna do? So I peeled my shrimp.
Yes, I do have shrimp. Yep.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just throw some seasoning on there.
Okay. All right.
So shrimp is like one of those things that like when you're cooking steak or chicken and things like that, you want that stuff to kind of marinate a little longer, right? Shrimp is one of those things the seasonings kind of fall into it faster.
Yes.
Right? So things I've learned along the way is you don't want to heavily salt shrimp, because it is so dense that it'll just absorb it, and it's not the best. Yeah. So, but what I'm gonna do, so what I wanted to show you, what I picked up was 2 different types of
taco
seasoning.
Got it. Okay.
So I'm going to just
have that too, but I just have a big container.
Which one do you have? McCormick? So I'll use the same one you have.
Yes, it's just
okay. So yeah, I don't look at you with your big old taco thing. We don't make tacos like that. So like, well, look at you go, girl.
This is only because of my mom. She's
well, go kudos to mom. So I'm gonna just because like I said, a little bit goes a long way on shrimp, right? So I'm just gonna I don't know if you can.
The whole package. If you're using a packet, you don't need the whole packet.
No. Not even. I would say if I had to give an amount, maybe a tablespoon.
Okay. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a little.
And then just mix it around.
Yeah. Right.
So this is all I'm putting in there.
Okay. Perfect.
And then I'm just gonna take the spoon and move it around. Because we're gonna cook this with onions and garlic, and it's gonna be flavorful. So now you didn't do your beans yet, right?
No, because I have the cans.
So I'm gonna walk you through that because I did my beans. Remember, I had a bag, so I want to show you so my beans are done.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You did. So you made them. Got it.
When you make them from the bag, you have to soak them, because if not, I learned. Look, all the stuff
from the bag. That's pushing.
Look, I do now, but there was a time where I never did.
Yeah.
And one time I did it, girls, because everything I've learned from trial and error.
Sure. Yeah.
And it was not. Those were the crunchiest beans ever.
Crunchy beans. Ooh.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
So you want to soak them. So I soaked them yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And then about maybe like 1 or 2 this morning, I popped them in the crock pot with some onion and some garlic and some poultry seasoning, because I don't put any meat in mine. And so I did some poultry seasoning, and then I just, and a little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
And I just let it go.
Okay. That sounds.
You can take the remainder and make veggie burgers.
Oh yeah, veggie burgers are made from beans, so yeah, that makes sense.
So you take that, you add those some peppers, you throw some breadcrumbs maybe, and like whatever, mushroom, whatever you like.
Yeah.
Make little patties, and now you got
that. I love that.
veggie burgers.
And I feel like I like that idea because it makes your beans taste like that little, like a little extra special from the can. And I feel like if you do that, you probably wouldn't want to go back to the can.
You don't. And so what I also did was I added in a couple jalapenos and a little bit of jalapeno juice. So they have that. They don't have that right away kick. They have that, like, you're eating it and you're like, what am I tasting? Yeah. So when you put everything together,
it's like,
it's gonna be the best.
You inspired me. Next time I'm gonna try to make my own beans.
Yes, we should just do a video on that, because really it is like the best thing. Like, I was always like nervous of doing that, but because I didn't know. But when you know, knowledge is power.
You know, that's right. I know that's right. Okay.
So my water is boiling. So I'm gonna throw my rice into my. But what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna salt it. What you also can do is throw a bouillon cube in there.
Okay, give it a little extra flavor.
But I'm just gonna do a little salt, and
that's it. Because there are gonna be lots of flavors popping in this anyway.
Yeah. So you gotta pick and choose, like. Perfect. And then I'm gonna throw my rice in there. And like I said, I eyeball it because I don't know. I've been cooking rice for so long.
You're professional. So while you're doing that, tell me a little bit about what's going on. If you guys don't know this, Vicki is also an author. She wrote
I am.
What's the name of your book?
I'm so excited about that, because I feel like it comes and goes in waves, because it was just really like a personal goal for me. It wasn't like it wasn't like me to get rich off of it, right? It was like, I feel like sometimes we go through life and we just need to feel like we accomplished. And there's so many things that first of all, number one, being a mom and being a wife are my.
Amen to that.
Like, top priority. And it's honestly the best friend I had through childhood. If you ask her mom, I might have wrote it in my book, I believe, but she asked me, what did I want to be when I grow up? And I said, a mother and a wife.
Wow. Aww.
But at the same time, that's asking a 15-year-old, right?
True.
But now at 40, and I've been blessed to be both, now I am seeing that there is so much more to me and depth to me.
Yes.
And I'm excited now to hone in on who she is. Yes. And be her and live through her and live life unafraid, to just be me.
Yeah.
And so I love that my book was the first step, the first one, because I'm already thinking of different ideas.
What's the title again?
Berry to Lemon.
And you can find it on
the bitter to make life sweet.
Berry to Lemons. It's using the bitter to make life sweet, right? And you can find that on Amazon or
Amazon. You can find it on all platforms now. Yep. And I'm also gonna do a video for. I know there's so many people that everybody has a story to tell.
That is the truth. That is the
And
truth.
I think that like sometimes people don't feel that their story is worth the time
Yes.
to share.
Yes. I felt that way before too. Yeah. But
But
everybody.
if you can help one person, that person may help a million people.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And so if you walk through life like that, right?
And
maybe my hug won't help you, but maybe my hug will help you help someone else.
That's right. And honestly, you're doing a disservice to somebody else, because what you're holding inside to share with somebody else, you're not doing it. So you should share what's inside you, because like you said, it could help just one person. So I agree.
And honestly, you're doing a disservice to two people, because there's that other person, but then there's you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're doing a disservice to you, not sharing your story.
That's right.
Because everyone's story deserves to be heard.
I agree. Beautiful. I love you. I love that.
I love you. I miss you so much. I can't wait till this is over and we can get back to our monthly shopping trip.
I know, right? So what's the next step, Vicki?
So where are you at? You got your beans in the can?
So
opened up?
Open it up? Okay.
Yep. Pop them in a pot. Okay. No, don't pop them in the pot yet. Okay. What I want you to do is throw just like a tad bit of olive oil in the pot.
Do I need to rinse them or just leave it with the sauce?
I leave it.
Probably leave it, right?
This is to the viewers. Don't judge. Hey, if you have any tips, we would love to hear them.
Yes. Please.
This is what I do. I don't drain it because I feel like it's been in this juice. Let it be in its greatness as long as it can. Not there yet. So put it on the stove. Put your pot on the stove. Throw a little olive oil in it.
Okay.
Get that like a medium-high heat. Then you're gonna throw some onion and some peppers in there.
This is the white onions that you told me to have?
Yep. White onions, and you can throw a little bit of your colored peppers in it. Okay.
That's the one thing I forgot to chop was the colored peppers, but I'll get it.
That's okay.
I'm a quick chopper, so that's the one thing I can do. I can chop pretty quickly.
That's okay. And so, well, see, my rice is still cooking, so you got time. So how you been doing, Miss Actress?
I'm doing good, hanging in there. Just, it's like I'm ready for this to be over. Get back to
I know, it's so crazy.
I have never done this in my life.
No? Well, I'm excited to be the person to teach you.
In my beans.
No? Girl, you about to be blown away.
Oh my goodness. This is so crazy. I really feel all fancy now.
This is a beautiful thing because guess what? I feel like cooking is like music. Yeah. And I'm a music person. And so I feel like music brings people together. And I feel like cooking does the same thing.
So I need I have red and green peppers.
You can do whichever ones you want. Red does not mean hot. True. People think that but it's not the case. They're the same. They don't have any more hotness than the green. It's just more of the color. So I have more red and orange, but you can do green. I just didn't have any green left because I used them all in the last couple dishes I made. So, but you can definitely just scoop that stuff out, and then we'll take that little tag off the back.
Is the only place we're gonna use the peppers, or somewhere else?
Somewhere else, but take that tag off the back.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to cut that into your food.
What's the taste, Mom?
Yeah. Why do I have $3.99 on my tongue? Where you at? So you got Your beans going. So that's good. So while your beans are going, my rice is going because my beans are done and your rice is done. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So now we can get our oven preheated. So we're going to do, I would say like a 375 oven.
Okay.
Let's do 370.
370?
370. I have already chopped up some garlic.
Okay, I have that. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my peppers.
Peppers, that's well, like I said, I didn't finish that, but I can do that while you're talking.
Yep. And then I have tomatoes that I chopped up.
I got the tomatoes.
And I have some red onion.
I got those done. Yep.
Regular white or yellow onion. I have that. But I cook with a lot of onion and garlic.
Okay.
Like I literally, can I share something with you if you promise not to judge me?
Never. I don't judge.
I eat this. I'm going to show you.
No, I'm scared. Oh no, what in the world? I'm so nervous.
So I did chop up my own garlic, but I also keep some garlic. This is a good tip. I buy both. So I do.
Yes.
I do the, regular garlic, but then I also do the bag.
Gotcha. Okay.
So when I want something quick and I don't feel like, chopping up or whatever.
There's nothing wrong with a short.
But here's what I eat.
Wait,
carrot and a garlic.
Vicki.
I know. It's like the best. And Aaron be like, you been in that garlic?
What in the world?
I love it. It's the best because carrots are really naturally sweet.
Yeah. That flavor wow though.
I know, but I love it.
Okay. If you say
but it's so good for you. It's so good for your digestive and it's so good for your immune system.
Mm-hmm.
I cook everything with garlic. So that's why I say to people.
Okay.
Like
peppers are cut. Garlic is so good.
Girl, onion, garlic. You want to hear something funny is that I never used to even, say it again.
Carrots?
No, girl. So next time we gotta just do hummus.
Oh, I love hummus.
I make my own. It's the best.
Okay, yeah, we gotta do that next.
Next we do hummus, and I scoop it with the carrots. I can do that. Yeah. So good.
All right. Okay. So I got my vegetable cut.
So my rice, I'm gonna give you a little update on the rice.
Yes. How's it
going? Look, it's almost done.
Oh, perfect.
You see it? I don't know. Can you see?
Yeah, I see.
I have it. Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. So it didn't even take long.
Yeah.
I just had the heat on low.
Mm-hmm.
When you check your rice, you check it with a fork, not a spoon.
Check it because it's makes it fluffy, right? Fluffy.
Well, you just dig if you can dig it
to see if it's cooked.
The center. The center is but the center is the key.
You mean the center of the rice?
Okay.
You mean the rice in the center of the pot?
Yep.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Because that's how you know it's done. Right.
Got it.
So then you turn your heat off, and then I just leave it on the heat just to make sure everything is, Now this is the point where usually I may add a little butter. Add salt and pepper, whatever. You add if you want to add some parsley to make it look pretty.
A little flavor, yeah.
Yeah, you do that, right? So now my oven just preheated. So I'm gonna turn on the fire for my shrimp.
Okay.
What are you doing right now? Right now,
I was finishing up the last of cutting up the onions and stuff. So now I gotta start the shrimp. I gotta get my pan for that. So here's my pan.
Nice. I did chop up my lettuce.
Oh yeah. See,
So I chopped it and rinsed it.
I didn't cut my lettuce neither. Slacking.
That's okay. This is the whole point of this, right? Because when people are watching, they may not know to like get these things done ahead of time, you know. So we'll talk through this.
Do what Vicki does.
Yeah, I love cooking. I love it. Like, it is such a passion of mine. I didn't realize it was such a passion of mine
I can see
until just a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're gonna move on to the shrimp.
Okay, cool.
So we're gonna heat our pan. So you need like a So this is the pan I'm using. I love this pan. You have your skillet. Same thing. Just a little bit deeper. Same thing. So we're gonna put our heat kind of like medium high.
Okay.
And we're gonna add our oil.
Okay.
So you can use grapeseed oil. You can use olive oil. I'm gonna use a little olive oil.
I put my little jar.
And I'm just gonna cover the bottom of the pan a little bit, just a little bit.
Yep.
And I'll show you how much I have.
Mhm. Perfect.
Okay, so it's not a lot, and then we're gonna let that heat up, and then we're gonna put our onion, some onion.
Some of the white onions.
Some of the white onion, okay. Some of the garlic, and a couple of the pepper. Once it heats up, it has to get a little hot, because if it don't have no sizzle, it ain't gonna give us no fizzle.
No fizzle, no drizzle.
No, yeah, no fizzle, no fizzle.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Real us is coming out.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, so my pan is hot, as you can see.
Fine. Mine's hot.
So I'm gonna throw my shrimp in here. I'm gonna throw some salt and pepper. Can you see? I'm gonna throw some onion and garlic in here. And some pepper.
And pepper?
Yeah. Throw a couple of red onions. So mine looks like this.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna stir this around.
Okay.
And then now I'm gonna add onion powder.
Onion powder. Okay.
I'm just eyeballing it. Basically, just cover the top layer.
Powder, child.
Huh?
You're putting a lot of onion powder.
Yeah, but mine's just coming out slow. I almost wanted to take the lid off to make more. I love, girl, I tell you I'm Puerto Rican and Jamaican.
Girl.
I like seasoning.
All right, I'm doing what you do.
And then the garlic powder. So I have one that has this much in it. And so, I don't know my thing is. Right here. So I'm going to put that in there.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And then I'm going to do the pepper.
I got that. I got pepper. Smells really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of red crushed pepper. Just a little.
What?
Crushed red pepper.
Okay, I have that.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
And a little bit of dry parsley.
That fell out.
It's more for the color, because you really don't taste it.
Oh, here it is.
And then I'm going to mix this around. Wait till you see this. Oh my gosh. It smells so good. Look.
That looks great. It doesn't look exactly the same, but it's close.
Look. Cooking is not about an exact science. It's not.
Okay.
And then even once you eat it, you'll like be like, okay, you know what? maybe I could have done this or
Yeah.
not do, like, you don't know until you try, right? So that's gonna stay on like a medium high. My rice is done.
The shrimp is
So the next step would be our bowl. Yes.
so cute. I love these.
So
They're so
here's
cute.
a tip. Grab you some paper towel. Grab you a little bit of olive oil. Just drizzle a little bit on top of the paper towel. And then you're gonna coat your pan
Yes.
in all the creases.
This is like if you don't have cooking spray.
Yeah, exactly. Because I didn't have any, but you could also use cooking spray.
Yes.
And if you don't have any one of those, you can use butter. But I mean,
Yep. The oil is good.
Yeah.
Okay. All oiled up.
All right. So now our tortillas. I just got these from Aldi. So.
Got me some tortillas too.
Mhm. And here's what you do is you just kind of softly push it in so it just takes the shape.
Okay.
And then what I do is get another fresh, clean paper towel.
Ooh, it's so cool. Love it. It's so cute.
And then we're going to brush the edges.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or if you have a brush, if you have a
I do, but I don't feel like looking for it right now. So
yeah, so just do the edges a little bit so they get a little bit more crispy.
yeah.
So that if when you want to break them off, then
So
you
we're
have
just
a little bit like a chip.
the edges of the tortilla.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. I gotta try one. These just look too yummy. I gotta taste it.
Sound good, right, girl? Wait till we add everything. You're gonna be like, I know.
Gosh, that's so good. Holy cow.
So good.
Okay.
It's so good.
Ah.
And you can do this with beef, chicken, I mean, vegetarian. I mean, it doesn't have to be with any kind of meat. So we're gonna pop these into the oven. Like that. It's on 370. Let's say 6 minutes to just give it a go, So avocado. So I'm gonna do like more of a dip. The amount of garlic and the amount of onion that goes into the guac is preference.
Preferable, right?
You saw me just eat garlic.
Yeah, yeah. So you
So you may not want to add the amount that I add, that I'm gonna add.
okay.
Make this like I really contributed to my skin.
Yes.
I eat avocado at least 4 or 5 times a week.
Now this is definitely one of my favorite foods of all time, avocados.
This is how I do.
Just
I go around like this.
Yeah.
I just do this, and I'm sure there's people who I don't. But look, I do that.
It's open. Yeah.
I pop this. Look, the seed popped out, and this is what I do. I just squeeze it in.
Oh, it just squeezes out.
And then I take a spoon and I open it back up, and then I just scrape the rest out. Like this. Like I just scrape the rest.
Okay.
That's what I do. Now I'm sure there's people who will give you fancy ways to do things. I don't do it.
Around here, we getting the job done.
Yeah, I need to get this done as fast as possible. So I'm gonna put 2 in there. Then I'm gonna throw some red onion. Now, you know your family. I know my family. You throw as much or as little red onion in there as you think they'll like or won't like, because red onion is spicy. But this is where I throw my almond milk. You can throw your regular milk, but you can also just use water. Like, you don't have to use any kind of creamy substance. You can just use water. I use almond milk.
I have never put milk in avocados.
No, so I'm gonna throw a little salt and a little pepper into my little dish, more pepper than salt. And then I'm gonna throw a little bit of crushed red pepper because I like spicy.
What else you put in it?
And let me check my check my thing. Oh, my time already.
Good thing I forgot. Phew, I almost forgot.
That front is so good. Dressing, see, look right here.
Put some salt and some crushed pepper.
Then I'm gonna throw a little bit of water in here too. Now the water just thins it out a little bit. It doesn't, you know, it just thins it out a little bit. Garlic, you need garlic. Some of those red peppers in there if you wanted to. You ever see dressing? This is red pepper or like whatever pepper dressing. Look how creamy that is.
Okay. Who knew? I didn't know you put milk in it like that.
So look.
Ooh, what's that?
It's shrimp.
Huh?
It's the shrimp.
Oh, the shrimp. Ah. Hang on, I want to try it.
No, take your time. Take your time.
Here we go.
At this point, we can add in certain things. So we can add in our lettuce. To each one, just a little bit at the bottom.
Okay.
And I'm all about the layer. So we need our sour cream.
Check out these balls, guys.
I'm going to
give people the shell. So this is what the shell looks like.
Yeah, that's good. That's perfect.
I just want to show everybody what it looks like when it comes out of the.
That's perfect.
Perfect. I love it.
Perfect. So I put a little lettuce, and then I'm going to just do a little dollop of sour cream on the inside because it's about layering. And then I'm going to throw in some tomato.
Tomatoes are next?
Yep. And then a little bit of red onion. Now is when you add a little bit of your shrimp.
The shrimp is next.
One on the floor. Yep. Now I'm gonna add some of those peppers.
Peppers?
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Might chop it up a little smaller.
And now I'm gonna add some rice.
I give these 20 different spoons. I keep switching spoons.
Me too. I know. That's okay. Then I'm gonna add some of my guac on top. And then I'm gonna add the beans.
Looks delicious. Can't wait to eat it.
Also and cheese.
Salsa and cheese.
So salsa on top of those beans. Then we top that with some shredded cheese. like the perfect taco.
Amazing. It looks like
So good.
ridiculously.
Look.
Hang on.
Look.
Wait, let me get a close-up view of that. Hang on. Amazing. That looks delicious. And here's mine. It's not too bad for the first time.
Let me see.
So,
It looks amazing. It looks great. I'm excited, especially because this is a staple. So what you could also do with this is you could get a bag of Doritos and eliminate the taco shells.
Okay.
And crunch up Doritos and put them on the bottom.
Wow. Yeah. And then have that for your crunchy. That could be your crunchy.
That's your thing to pick everything up.
Yeah. Ah, I love it.
I mean, you can do something. You can do the Tostitos that I like are the lime.
Yeah, me too. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
So how do you eat it?
Let's cheers together.
How do you eat it? You just
bite it. Well, you can eat it with a spoon or whatever. We're gonna bite it. Come on. Cheers. 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 Cheers.
Wow. The shell really makes it.
Right? That crispy.
That's the best part.
So good. My face.
That's really good, Vicki.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
So good. So many fresh ingredients.
Wow. I'm gonna eat the whole thing on camera.
Me too, girl. I eat all day just for this moment.
That's really good.
Good. I'm glad you enjoy it. So many layers of like flavor.
Exactly. And then the crunch on top of it. It's crazy because I can like taste all the flavors. You know what I mean?
That's why you have to layer it the way.
Right. It's like a little surprise.
No matter how deep down in the bite you get something of everything. So good.
Wow.
Well, thank you for having me on to eat and show my my love of food.
Vicki and I continue to eat these tacos. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching us as we made shrimp taco bowls. They are amazing and delicious. I'm so grateful that Vicki joined me today on the show. This is our new segment, Cooking and Conversation, and our faces covered in food.
I love it, and I love you.
I love you too, and I want you guys to go and follow her. She's on Instagram at All Things Team Lemons, and I'm on Instagram at Kisha Bar. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Thank you guys. Bye. Oh my gosh, it's so good, girl.
Like, yo, we're off camera, but they're like legit good.
Girl, look at my face. Look at my.